Manchester United and Spurs, two of the most illustrious names in English football. Reputations that stretch worldwide. Clubs with tradition and charisma. High standards that demand a certain style and panache. In their case, it's not what you do, it's the way that you do it. And here at Old Trafford, the faithful believe United have rediscovered that mystical formula, a throwback to the magical days of the Busby Babes. At least that's what they're saying, rightly or wrongly. Undeniably, there's the buzz of old circulating around Old Trafford. The place is vibrant again. Now, I'm not trying to be an old killjoy, but putting it into perspective, the Renaissance is only a month old. On New Year's Day, when Liverpool came here, it was a midwinter of discontent. The natives were restless, and when John Barnes put Liverpool in front, the rumblings were about serious repercussions. Now, every picture tells a story, but every good story has a twist.
Tries to get in, and Pierce-Moore! 3-1!
Well, the rest, as they say, is history, albeit a little slice. Alex Ferguson is the manager of the month for January, and he received the magnum of champagne from Bobby Charlton a few minutes ago, reviving even more memories of United's glorious and tragic past. Tomorrow is the 31st anniversary of the Munich air disaster. Well, a popular figure from the not-so-distant past here at Old Trafford, Ron Atkinson, Alex Ferguson's predecessor, co-commentator today, alongside Brian Moore.
Thanks a lot, Elton. And away we go then. Let's first check on the two teams, beginning with Manchester United in goal. Jim Leighton has been suffering a bit with a back injury all week. Number 2, Lee Martin, celebrating his 21st birthday today. Number 3, Lee Sharp, a 17-year-old in the England under-21 squad this week. Number 4, Steve Bruce. 5 is the Welsh international, Clayton Blackmore. 6 is Mal Donachie, who's shaken off an ankle injury he received in training. 7, Brian Robson, the skipper. 8, Gordon Strachan, who missed training yesterday. They thought he was going down with a touch of flu. 9 is Brian McClare, a man with a good goal-scoring record against Spurs. 10 is Mark Hughes, a man with a good goal-scoring record against everybody, 14 this season. And number 11 is Ralph Milne. As for Spurs, they have their Norwegian international in goal, Erik Thorsvedt. 2 is the central defender, Guy Butters. 3, Chris Hughton. 4 is Terry Fenwick, who will again play as the sweeper. 5, the Icelandic international, Gudni Bergson. He's likely to play as an attacking right back. 6 is Gary Mabbott, the skipper, a marker in the back 4. 7, another chance for the 21-year-old striker, David Howells. Number 8, Paul Gascoigne. He's shaken off an ankle injury. Gaz has not played a full 90 minutes since December. Number 9 is Chris Waddle. 10, the former Manchester City star, Paul Stewart. And 11, Paul Allen. Spurs looking hard for Chris Waddle to supply the magic, as he did in one great moment against Nottingham Forest, live on ITV. And the substitutes for Manchester United today, Paul McGrath and Russell Beardsmore. For Tottenham, it's Mitchell Thomas and Paul Walsh. Referee is George Tyson. Spurs in the white shirts then, attacking the goal to our left. Donachie getting it away for Tottenham. Manchester United, as Elton was saying, really buzzing with all sorts of good intentions now since that splendid victory against Liverpool, but being forced to defend a little bit here. Bergson getting his cross in, and Ralph Milne knocking it away for Manchester United. This is big Guy Butters, and Fenwick will get it back to Erik Thorsvedt. It's quite a test for the big Norwegian goalkeeper. He'll certainly want to forget the howler, that opening goal against Nottingham Forest, and let it slip through his fingers. Well, he's certainly got a chance to redeem himself here, and he comes through this testing match here at Old Trafford today, then he'll really be flying. Allen, tremendous worker in the midfield for Tottenham. Gascoigne to Fenwick, who's come forward. Milne chopping back a little bit there, getting a useful header in. Leclerc trying to get Hughes away, challenging there with Houghton. In goes Paul Allen. And Bruce aiming to head off Stewart and get it back to Jim Leighton. Houghton taking no chances, back to Eric Torsford. Robson. A foul on Leclerc by Mabbutt, a free kick to Manchester United. They've had a terrific run since we were last here. In fact, their whole revival started in that week after Christmas. They beat Nottingham Forest and then beat Liverpool here. And since then, they lost immediately after that Liverpool game at Middlesbrough. But since then, 2 draws and now 4 successive victories for United. Here's Lee Martin celebrating his 21st birthday. The cross is in there, and the ball safely held by the Norwegian. Waddle. Galvanising run of his, and he's got support from the Icelandic man Bergson. Good play by Waddle. Here's Fenwick. Houghton. Stewart. Now Fenwick again. Here comes to Waddle. And away over Leighton's crossbar. And a goal kick to Manchester United. Ron Atkinson.
Yes, I think there's a big responsibility on the 2 Manchester United kids at full-back line. With Spurs not having a natural wide player up front, it gives them the chance to take the initiative and charge forward a little bit. And I would think that Alex will be looking for that a little bit. We're looking for both Young, Sharp and Martin to get forward and get crosses in.
Well, certainly all season, both have shown an aptitude for that, particularly young Lee Sharp, the 17-year-old at left-back. When he was signed from Torquay, he was signed as a winger. Waddle. Spurs have had a fortnight off since their 2-2 draw at Middlesbrough, when apparently they played particularly well. Paul Stewart scored their 2 goals, and they've been working hard in training. They've resisted the temptation to go and find a bit of winter sunshine. They've worked hard in training, working on a team strategy and improving their teamwork generally. There's Robson. Hughes. Martin. Not only have United been playing well, they've been scoring well, with 15 goals in their last 5 games, an average of 3 a game. Fenwick with a header. That's the sort of test that is facing the Tottenham defence this afternoon, but at the moment it's Spurs coming forward again. Howe's now finding Waddle. Oh, shoving a linesman out of the way as he tries to keep... And also giving the linesman a bit of stick for not getting out of his way. Strachan finding Robson, who's been an absolute inspiration for United this season. Looking for a bit of a treble, actually, Brian Robson. His horse, Tailor-Made Boy, won at Kelso in the week. He could do with a win here, and of course a win for England in Athens on Wednesday. Strachan. Leclerc. Hughes darting after this one, getting to the byline. Strachan waiting in the middle, but Hughes waited too long. The ball crossed the line. It's a goal kick to Tottenham. And the Tottenham records against Manchester United, none too impressive here. In fact, they haven't won here since 1976 in the league. And in that time, they played 10. United have won 7 of them. Spurs have drawn 3. Ron, you were about to say something.
Yes, I was just saying there when Mark Hughes broke clear on the right. There's a big responsibility on Butters and Mabbott. They've been playing the sweeper system. It's very, very important that those two get very tight to Hughes and McClare. And I don't think Terry would be very happy seeing young Butters let Hughes get away from him like that. Very important with a sweeper system that your markers stay dead tight to the strikers.
A throw to Manchester United. Martin to Clayton Blackmore. Throw to Tottenham. It'll be taken by Chris Hughton to Paul Gascoigne. Waddle, back to Gascoigne again. Slipping it now for Paul Allen. Howells. Gascoigne. Donachie. To Milne. That's now to Bergson. Mabbott planting it forward again. In goes Donachie very quickly indeed. And one for Milne to chase. But Fenwick was there. Hughes picking it up though for Manchester United. Plenty of red shirts are coming up to support him. Here's Robson now leading the charge. And saved by the keeper. Pushing it over. Hughes has gone down injured. A great break by Manchester United, and so typical that it should be Brian Robson who was there where he was really needed on that break from the midfield. Hughes plays it in, and Robson's shot is pushed up in the air by the keeper, who must have been relieved to see that just clear the crossbar.
That will be a problem for Tottenham, actually. They haven't got a natural mark in the middle of the field. And when Robbo makes those surging runs, you know, Brian, that's very, very important that somebody gets hold of him. And Allen's probably that's better picking up, because certainly Gascoigne and Waddle won't do too much on the defensive side, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, United can ill afford to lose this man, who of course had 2 years in Barcelona with the Tottenham manager Terry Venables when he was there, so Terry would know all about Hughes, and over the years we've learnt to know an awful lot about Brian Robson as well. A free kick then to Manchester United. Gordon Strachan with it, floated in there. Gascoigne, plenty of height but not much distance. And again Gascoigne. Blackmore after him, but he shrugged him off, but only Paul Stewart is up. Allen beaten by the bounce. Robson to McClare. Milne. Bergson getting involved. Milne taking it on. Might get it back from Hughes. Looking up to see who's in. McClare's in there, but Fenwick doing a good job at the back for Tottenham under a little bit of pressure now here at Old Trafford. Strachan will take another corner for them. Coming up to 10 minutes play, no score between Manchester United and Tottenham. Steve Bruce is in there as well, but has gone beyond him, beyond Lee Martin. And a throw to Tottenham. For all their patchy season, it's something to come here and win. Only one side has done it this season. That's Norwich City. Donaghy hitting it straight at Howells, but recovered quickly enough. Fenwick there, first to show with a header. Up goes Donaghy again. Allen picking this one up, and Stewart caught offside. And Lee Sharp caught at the back of the leg there. Robson telling Paul Stewart what he thinks of him. And for the second time, Jim McGregor, the Manchester United physio, makes the long run out there. This time for the 17-year-old Lee Martin, or Lee Sharp rather. And in fact, the referee is going across to have a word with the linesman, and Gascoigne tries to intercept him. And in fact, two of the Spurs players now have gone across to the linesman to try and intercept the referee, George Tyson. Now, whether the linesman wants to say something about Paul Stewart's challenge on Lee Sharp, I don't know. But here's a confrontation, a conversation, and what will the outcome be? The referee going towards Paul Stewart, but no action. Good news for United is that young Lee Sharp is up. The flag and the whistle had gone up and had been blown by here. Didn't look too bad to me, actually. Lee Sharp plants it forward. Up goes Guy Butters, the youngster climbing over McClare. Free kick to Manchester United. So important for United that they keep this good run going. Robson, and McClare first to show and wasn't picked up by the markers. Fenwick giving a word of advice to Guy Butters. United, if they win, go 5th in the table, ahead of Liverpool on goal difference. Again, they didn't pick the man up, Ron.
No, that's right. I mean, that's so important if you're playing man for man with a spare man at the back, and that's a couple of occasions now Butters has slept in. I know he's a young lad, and this is going to be a testing ground for him, but certainly he's got to concentrate. He's got to be alive if United are going to make it pay.
Bruce, very positive. Allen, Gascoigne, Butters, carefully planting it through for Howes, but he can't shake off Bruce. In goes Fenwick, up goes the flag. Stewart's caught offside again. Never played a competitive match at Old Trafford, Paul Stewart. A hero just across the way, of course, at Manchester City. He's played one testimonial game here. Waddle. Martin lets it go for a throw to Manchester United. Strachan. Lee Martin. This is Gudni Bergson. Lost that badly. Hughes picked it up well. McClare's on the far side, couldn't hold it in play. Interesting sign I saw there, just on the touchline there. A proposal of marriage, just where that throw is about to be taken. Well, I wonder what the answer will be. It's the most unorthodox proposal of marriage I've heard about at a live football game. Donachie having a real good physical battle there with Paul Stewart. Here's Martin. Hughes. Sharp. Played in again. Stopped well there by Fenwick. And his pass sets Waddle away. In turn, he's got Howes on the move. Stewart and Waddle's made a tremendous break from the back. Played in there towards Waddle, and it almost came to him. Gascoigne now, looking to get a shot, but in came Donachie. So typical of Waddle. Just the sort of movement that he got going against Nottingham Forest when he ran something like 30 or 40 yards. We saw it at the start of the programme today to get ahead of him. That time the ball didn't arrive. Robson's challenge on Paul Stewart. And it could well be that the action will be taken by referee George Tyson. Stewart down and injured. And the Manchester United and England captain, Brian Robson. A yellow card. And this is why. And goes Brian Robson. Your reaction, Ron?
Yeah, actually, it was a naughty one. I think there's a little bit of retribution in that one, Brian, for the earlier incident with Sharp, which, to be fair to Stewart, didn't look been looking particularly bad one. Not even sure on that one, though, whether Robbo was actually going for the guy with the ball. It looked a little bit as if he wouldn't, as if Stewart came hurtling back between them.
Well,
Looked a lot worse than it was, then.
The referee certainly has got his hands full here at the moment. There's an awful lot of argument going on that field. And Brian Robson, who's had a fabulous season for Manchester United, unusual for him, a yellow card.
Yes, I think you mentioned earlier, Brian, about these games. No matter what the positions are in the league, this is always a big match, and usually it's always a great game. The players certainly on both sides will be fired up for it, because it will mean an awful lot to them. United at the moment, they're on a good roll. If they're going to pull Norwich back.
Well, it must have been something that Paul Stewart said, and he gets a yellow card as well.
That's just sheer barming idiocy. That's very unprofessional. That quite unnecessary.
And now Chris Waddle. When's it going to stop? No, Chris Waddle just gets a warning, but Paul Stewart, as you can see, got the yellow card. A free kick then for Manchester United. Lee Sharp with it. Comes to Steve Bruce. Little touch through there towards McClare. The keeper was there in the nick of time. The flag was up. Certainly everything seems to be on for Manchester United whenever they get near that Tottenham penalty area, Ron.
Yeah, the Spurs defence, they've got this system that they're obviously trying to master. It's going to take Terry Venables a little bit of time, I think, to get it perfect. And at the moment, there's big spaces up here between defenders.
And our camera opposite that 18-yard line, catching perfectly the fact that McClare was in an offside position when Bruce played the ball through. There's Houghton playing it through towards Gascoigne. Cleared by Robson. Mabbott. Allen, a little dummy. Gascoigne, the little dummy. But the only one who wins is Hughes, who finds Strachan. Well, cut out again by Fenwick. That's a good piece of sweeping, because he's now linked up with the attackers. Waddle goes on, wants to go all the way, and in the end, Strachan got back to just flick it back to Jim Leighton. But an excellent piece of work by Fenwick, showing the positive nature of a sweeper's role. A foul by Mabbott then on Hughes. Another free kick to Manchester United. And Spurs have pulled everybody, but everybody back. Taken quickly. Milne playing it on. Hughes caught offside. And Spurs themselves almost caught out by that quick free kick, as indeed they were at Bradford, which knocked them out of the cup. I was on their training ground on Friday when I heard Terry Venables say, we've got to watch these free kicks, they'll take them quickly, and obviously the lesson didn't go home. Fenwick. Bergson. Will come to Waddle again, who looks at the moment the man most likely to inspire Tottenham, Houghton. Waddle again. Direct hit on the linesman. So busy waving his flag he couldn't defend himself. 20 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Stewart's. Blackmore. Finding Robson. He's got Sharp in oceans of space on the far side. And the flag is up. But the referee says play on. Dominique's header. Gascoigne involved there with Lee Sharp, but that looked accidental, by the way. Gascoigne reacted, and Sharp didn't want to cause any trouble himself. Robson. The football yet to flow here at Old Trafford, and it's really been just that little bit niggly. So much resting on it for both sides, as Ron was saying. As well as United going 5th in the table, if Spurs were to lose here today, they are being sucked more and more into the relegation battle. They're not really in the midst of it yet, but the bad times are creeping up on them. Good work by Mabbott. And here's Paul Allen, being chased by Milne. Foul by Milne. A free kick to Tottenham. It's with Chris Waddle. Gascoigne. Quite easily stopped by Strachan. And now the chase is on. Strachan. Some work by Lee Sharp in the first stages of that. A little bit of a bobble and gave Fenwick the chance to get in before McClare. Milne. Sharp. Dummy by Robson. Allowing Strachan. Milne again doing some useful work down that left flank. Here's Sharp with the cross. Butters with the header. And now Bergson.
Brian, the United boys have just tried 2 or 3 crosses from fairly deep positions. One there from Gordon Strachan and one from young Lee Sharp. I feel if they're really going to be hurtful, they've got to get the ball a lot. They've got to get higher up the park before they put the cross in. And the opportunities are there. I mean, there's loads of space on either flank for both young Lee Sharp and Lee Martin to go pouring through if they like. And it's possibly a little bit of nerves, you know, possibly a little bit anxious. Don't want to overcommit themselves at so early a stage. But if they do it and get a bit of confidence, I'm sure there's loads of opportunities for them there.
I think they're also anxious to see how Torstvedt copes with crosses under pressure as well, Ron. Martin. Oh, I thought it was coming through for Hughes. Here's Bruce. Offside against McClare.
He was offside there, Brian, but that's the area I'm saying. If United can get players into that area running through, Spurs seem to have their problems trying to defend those 2 particular areas on either side of the penalty box.
Well, things have certainly begun to look a lot brighter for Alec Ferguson over the last 6 weeks or so. But now Stewart. Straight at Leighton. Little test there for the Manchester United goalkeeper, who's had real problems all week with this recurring back trouble. Occasionally gets these muscular spasms. He didn't train at all this week until yesterday. He did a bit of a workout. And Peter Hucker, the former Queen's Park Rangers, now on loan from Oxford, is back here again on loan as a standby, should United want him. Good jump by Donachie, over Stewart. Sharp, powerfully at Mabbott. Still 0-0 here at Old Trafford. And away goes no. Bergson couldn't collect. Sharp with the throw for Manchester United, finding Robson. Blackmore. A little bit of rain here at the start of the afternoon, which I thought was going to slick up the surface, but it appears to have stopped at the moment. It's a really dull, grey afternoon. And at the moment, the game is very much that way as well. Foul on Howes by Martin. A free kick to Tottenham. They've only had 2 away wins in the league this season, the Spurs, at Sheffield Wednesday, which was live on this channel, and at West Ham. Houghton with the kick. Bruce to Strachan. Little touch by Hughes. McClare couldn't get to it. It nonetheless falls to Robson. And now to Sharp. The gap developed there as Mill went away on the left flank, and again the flag was up. Spurs are catching United offside so many times. And something may be thrown from the crowd, which the linesman picked up. Certainly do without that. Gascoigne to Waddle. Bergson. Stopped by Robson. There's Paul Stewart on the far side. Foul by him on Sharp. Exasperated shrugs in the Tottenham camp. But that won't count for anything. Lee Martin. United's throw. Strachan. Time Gascoigne was in first. Time Howes on Martin. Two of the younger men on the field, and getting up and just a little shake of the hands. Blackmore. Sharp. And a goal kick.
Yeah, I think what's happening there, Brian, you see every time United get the ball in the attacking half, in the central areas of the attacking half, Spurs just retreat to the edge of their penalty box and try and hold a line there. That's why I think it's so important that United try and go wider, as I said earlier, wider, higher up the park. I think there will be a lot of joy in it for them there. It would stop Spurs. Spurs at the moment can just break them down from on the edge of the box.
Well, Terry Venables in the centre of our picture. That's his strategy, which at the moment is holding Manchester United at bay. Strachan. Robson gets it, but it falls for Waddle. And now Houghton will get it back to Torsvet. Coming up to the half-hour mark. Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Hughes. Here's Fennick. Houghton. And now Bruce. Robson. Well, it didn't work. And Waddle now. Getting Stewart away on the far side. Ball kept in play. United fans over there thought that it was out, but the flag stayed down. And now Spurs get a free kick for the foul by McClair on Paul Gascoigne. Fenwick's up there to take the kick. Leighton alert. And may need to be, as Abbott gets up very well indeed. Waddle has a shot charge down. Paul Allen. Waddle again. Don't think Bergson will get to that. Foul throw, and a throw now to Tottenham. Presumably not taken from the right spot. Waddle, good play. It's the cross in. Donaghy puts it behind for Tottenham's first corner of the game, with close on 33 minutes gone. Very doubtful indeed, Mal Donaghy, yesterday. A nasty little ankle injury that he received in training on Friday. But it's amazing the recoveries that are made on match days. Waddle with the corner for Tottenham. Floated in. Howes almost got a touch on that. It was Hughes who got it away for United. Ralph Milne on the chase. And Tottenham get another throw. Robson. Blackmore. Here's Martin. Strachan in a bit of space ahead of him. McClair's come across, covering a lot of ground to make himself available as well. In the end, it comes to Fenwick. And finds its way back to the keeper. Game incredibly devoid of goalmouth action at the moment. Just that one rasping shot from Brian Robson, which Torsfet pushed over the bar. At the sum total of it so far. Two clubs who have a record of some tremendous games between each other. In fact, the game at White Hart Lane as Spurs get this free kick earlier this season was a splendid 2-2 draw, which Spurs very nearly won right at the end, but for Paul Stewart whacking a penalty against the crossbar. 10 minutes of the first half left. Waddle with the free kick for Tottenham. Abbott's gone up for this one. And big Guy Butters as well. But it's Robson ducking in the header and getting it away for Manchester United. Bergson. Gascoigne. Seen little of him so far. Up goes Bruce. Allen. Waddle. Seen plenty of him. Gone past Martin. The cross is not a bad one towards Howes on the far side, but the whistle had gone. Infringement surely was away back there, yes. Jim Leighton's got to take it back a yard or two. was brought down, was he? No, said referee Tyson. The game goes on. Hughes and McClare wanting words with the linesman, who kept his flag down. Spurs much more interested in getting on with the game. Waddle. Strachan. Waddle again. Fouls. And if at home you're a little disappointed with the state of the game at the moment, remember the incredible record these live TV games have. The first half so often seems to be like going to the dentist, and the second halves really come to life. Well, maybe that's going to happen here as well today. In the meantime, it's Lee Sharp for Manchester United. 0-0 the score.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's disappointing at the moment, Brian. It's not one of those typical games where everybody squeezes up to the halfway line and condense the game and there's no space to play in. The players, the game's getting well stretched. There's plenty of space, and yet good players are making basic errors, which is a little bit surprising. The passing's very poor at the moment.
Here's Paul Allen. Houghton trying to get Waddle in. No foul. Bruce brings it away. Much relief for Manchester United. Strachan beaten by Fennick, who's looked very secure at the back. Waddle, very inventive up front. Allen now. Howells and Stewart waiting in the middle if Allen can get a cross in, or indeed if Gascoigne can. And Bergson got in there first, while Lee Sharp waited and watched. We talk about the poor first halves we've had before the Norwich and Millwall players become too offended. Of course, that was an absolutely astounding first half we had a couple of weeks ago at the Den. But most of the action seems to liven up in the second half. But here's Hughes for United. Gascoigne after him, Houghton after him. Now can Sharp pick this one up? No. Bergson's there first for Tottenham, and now Howells. Robson in. Superb play there by the Manchester United captain. Sharp now getting Milne away. Strachan's in space inside him. And nothing came of it. Bergson. Playing it in for Howells. Back for Allen. In for Gascoigne, who's got Waddle away on the left. Black ball for United. McClare. Strachan's dummy. McClare just barged into Butters. Now that seems an extraordinary decision to me, that. But obviously Butters on McClare, and a free kick to Manchester United. I mind seeing that again. McClare. Yes, it looked to me very much as though McClare was the man who perpetrated the argument in the first place.
I think the young lad at the back, Butters, was a little bit anxious to get at the ball, Brian. Probably with a bit more experience, he'd have said, just held his position and said, all right, to McClare, you can have the thing there. You know, you can't go past me.
McClare, one of 9 Manchester United players who's involved in international games at one level or another in the coming week, and seems to be moving sweetly enough there. But Gascoigne read that well for Tottenham. Howells. Last 4 minutes of the first half. And 0-0. Robson. He's sharp again. Once more, United are making advances down that left flank. A dummy by Robson, trying to get it back from McClare. Clayton Blackmore trying to keep it going. Robson's come back into an onside position and flicked over by the keeper from Clayton Blackmore. He's had little enough to do, of course, fit in the first half. And hit from a long way. The keeper had a good side of it. A corner, though, for Manchester United.
Can't say I'm terribly happy with his habit of just palming those things, O'Brien.
Strachan with the corner, floated in towards the near post. Howells up for Tottenham. Gascoigne. Howells again. The flag was up for an infringement there. The referee had a hard look at it, decided the play should go on. Blackmore to Donachie. Fenwick away. No handball there. Stewart, in fact, took a little shove in the back from Bruce. Houghton. Lee Martin, the birthday boy, finding Strachan. He looked a pitiful sight, Gordon Strachan, yesterday at the training ground. He arrived but felt so wretched that they sent him straight home, but he's all right today. And Spurs are all right at the moment as Paul Allen makes the move towards Mabbutt on the far side. Can he get it back across? He can. Up goes Howells. Couldn't get in. Free kick to United. That was a good break by Tottenham. And surprisingly, it was Gary Mabbutt, their leader, who made a great run from the back.
Yeah, those are one of the reasons why Cherry's able to play this system, isn't it? That both Mabbutt and Fenwick are both fairly comfortable when they come forward with the ball.
Houghton lost out there to Hughes. And foul by the Manchester United number 10 on Chris Houghton. Gascoigne getting involved with the referee, no need for that. McClare having a quiet word with him and telling him to back off. It was just a silly rough and tumble, really, and a shake of the hands. I don't think there's any point in making a great scene out of it, to be honest. Butters with the free kick for Tottenham. Goes Bruce, but he's beaten in the air that time. Strachan just getting it through to Mill. Robson after this one. Looks in such good nick, Brian Robson. It augurs well for Bobby Robson in England. Blackmore. Donachie. What a difference he's made to Manchester United since he arrived from Luton Town. There were real question marks. Here's Donachie again. Alex Ferguson paid. It was reported 800,000 for him, but I'm told it wasn't as much as that. But in the 19 games that Donachie's played since he arrived here at Old Trafford, United have only lost 4 of them. Good play by Strachan now for Martin. Tries to get a 1-2 going with Robson. Mabbutt right at the last there. The flag was up again on the far side. The United fans behind the linesman over there, incensed by that decision, but he was directly in line. Knew what he was looking for. But that looked a good break there by United again, with young Lee Martin at the sharp end.
Didn't appear to be offside at all, did he, Brown? I think the linesman's been caught napping a little bit there. The kid's made a great break and he's arrived just in time.
Howells. Gascoigne, or rather Stewart, waited and waited in vain. Half-time whistle. And not quite the fare we expected, but the promise maybe of better things in the second half. Half-time here at Old Trafford, Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
Thanks, Brian. Well, our half-time sequence shortly features 28 goals from the First Division yesterday. Actually, one or two of you involved might want to go and make a cup of tea. There are some embarrassing moments, but some glorious ones too. Malcolm Allen for Norwich, Cyril Regis for Coventry, and Nigel Clough for Nottingham Forest. But disgraceful moments as well from Goodison Park. You'll have read about them in your morning papers. Welcome back, 0-0 here at Old Trafford. Certainly more about commitment than style in the first half. Nothing too much for Arsenal to worry about so far. Arsenal, the leaders of the First Division by 3 points, after beating West Ham at Highbury yesterday.
It took the leaders Arsenal nearly an hour to break through against West Ham. In fact, there were 3 very soft goals scored at Highbury. The first by the substitute, Perry Groves, on for the injured Brian Marwood. Arsenal's most impressive player was Paul Merson, and he takes full advantage as West Ham are caught square. Unselfish piece of work as well for Alan Smith, his 19th of the season. The keeper McKnight won't be happy about the way it went in. And then Arsenal show the charitable side of their nature. Their defence opening up late on for Julian Dix. But Arsenal still 3 points clear at the top with the game in hand, but West Ham bottom and in deep trouble.
Charlton were in the unusual position of going for their 5th successive win, playing their best football of the season. Norwich keeper Brian Gunn playing volleyball. Then it was pinball. Garth Brooks, Mr. Chairman of the PFA, with his 3rd in 5 games. Well, Norwich hit back with a beauty. Michael Phelan showing the sort of pace even he didn't think he had. Malcolm Allen finishing off magnificently. Another for Allen after his 4 against Sutton in the Cup last week. Well, they're on a roll, Norwich. Arsenal, watch out. A situation tailor-made here for Andy Townsend's left. Norwich's 8th away win of the season, which should have been prevented by Boulder.
Nottingham Forest are the hottest side at the moment, and they took the lead through the Luton old boy Gary Parker, whose career's been revitalised by Brian Clough. Luton back on terms within a minute. Big deflection on this header from Mick Harford. Steve Hodge in the clear. Seeley tries to push him wide, pulls him down. Definite penalty. And Nigel Clough puts it in off the post. Right on half-time, Luton back at 2-2 with a fine volley from the Northern Ireland international Kingsley Black. Well, the Luton manager Ray Harford admitted that Forrest showed his men the way to play the game. Nigel Clough showed everyone how to take a free kick. Forrest have now won 10 on the trot, and they're keeping up their average, 3 again.
Newcastle's opening goal was wind-assisted. Now, if I read the situation correctly, Nickel anticipated the interception, therefore Grobbelaar anticipated a back pass. Only Mirandinha anticipated the kind of tricks the English weather can play. Conditions were awful and certainly contributed to Liverpool's first equaliser. Aldridge swivelling on his backside to find Rush. Unorthodox, but a goal in each of the last 3 games for Rushy. Newcastle went in front through Frank Pingle, the Dane. Liverpool don't concede many goals like that, to haircuts like that. But Liverpool have never lost a game in which Rush and Aldridge have started, honestly. Aldridge grabbing a point. Goals in each of the last 4 games for him.
Wimbledon springing Everton's offside trap. Fairweather to the far post, of course. And it's Sanchez, the call to the Irish team, who puts the Dons 1 up. Injury time at the end of the first half saw Everton's equalise. A bit of a harsh penalty decision as Curl tangles with Wilson. The keeper Seggers saved a penalty last week, but Graham Sharp beats him here. 1-1 then, that's the end of the scoring, but now comes the controversy. Vinnie Jones in late there on Graham Sharp. Everton incensed, and watch what follows as Jones goes in with a head there. No matter how severe the contact was, the aggressive intent is very plain. Vinnie Jones was sent off last season at Goodison Park. He's already served a long ban this season for elbowing an amateur player. Referee Michael Peck absolutely right. Vinnie Jones can expect a lengthy ban. a huge fine, and Wimbledon, trying to clean up their act, must also steel themselves for the repercussions of this incident. There's no place at any level of football for that type of behaviour.
Derby were due a win. They've been winning alternate games since the start of the year. Trevor Heavard's opener, beautifully done. Well, Southampton's Kevin Moore didn't last long. He found the pace of Dean Saunders too bewildering. That's the first tackle, which earned him a yellow card. Got caught again in similar fashion, and didn't even wait to see George Courtney brandishing the red one. So the team with the worst defensive record in Division 1 down to 10 men. It was easy for Derby after that. Paul Goddard had a fine game and deserved his goal. Number 3 came from the penalty spot. Goddard brought down by Cockrell. Dean Saunders with the kick, his 9th goal for Derby. Southampton aren't so much in decline as plummeting. There's no such thing as a consolation when you've only taken 4 points out of the last 33. Rod Wallace gets this goal just ahead of number 12, Benali. Banal, more like.
Villa introduced £1 million worth of talent. Nigel Callaghan and Ian Ormondroyd against Sheffield Wednesday. Callaghan with a header. David Platt makes sure. And then Callaghan's wing play opens the way for Platt. All the scoring in the first half. Wednesday plummeting, 1 league win in 15.
Coventry had won their previous 3 in the league, but without Super Speedy. Mind you, they did have Super Smith. Dave, classic wing play, and a classic finish by Cyril Regis. Middlesbrough are formidable at home and equalised just before half-time. Bernie Slaven's 10th goal of the season.
Just after half-time at Loftus Road, Millwall taking the lead. Cascarino setting it up for Jimmy Carter. He scored on the match a couple of weeks ago. And then Carter very much involved in a really scrambled effort on that awful surface. Cascarino touches in the second for Millwall. Rangers paid the penalty for missing loads of chances. The 1 goal they did get came from the penalty spot. It came from Mark Falco. But Queen's Park Rangers near the danger area as well now. Just 1 win in the last 10.
Thanks, Jim. Well, in all walks of life, bad reputations are the easiest to create, the hardest to lose. I just wonder whether Wimbledon are trying hard enough to lose theirs. A real problem for Bobby Gould. Well, here's a nice little story. They've been parading the World Cup at Old Trafford this afternoon. England won it, the Indoor Amputees World Cup. England beating El Salvador in the final. This is a promotional exercise, really. There are 70,000 amputees in this country. It's hoped a few more will be encouraged to experience the thrill of playing football again. They wouldn't mind a few sponsors either, and they wouldn't mind a few goals here at Old Trafford. We'll see what we can do after the break. We'll be back.
Second half, which we hope is going to be a considerable improvement on the first, and following the familiar pattern of live games, there's good reason to expect that it will be. Away we go then. Manchester United in the red shirts attacking the goal to our left. Bruce, up goes Mabbott. Free kick then straight off for Manchester United. Robson behind this one, Clayton Blackmore, a good shot on him. Bruce up from the back, McClare's in there, very active. Hughes waiting to pounce. In the meantime, Strachan and Robson between them deciding what's going to happen. It's Strachan straight at the keeper. Space there to get moving. Found Strachan, but has it knocked away to Gascoigne. Allen. And now Gary Mabbott. Fennick. Eventually the ball reaching Bergson. Quickly challenged though by Ralph Milne. And it's United's ball. Manager Alec Ferguson and Archie Knox, his right-hand man there, just sitting down, wanting the goals to come in this second half now. No doubt United had more of the play in the first half, but nothing to show of it. 0-0. Lee Sharp towards Steve Bruce. Butters beat him in the air. Blackmore. Again Butters. Taking no chances. Big lad from Hillingdon, Middlesex schoolboy. 6'3" of him. And with a big job too, holding up the likes of McClare and Hughes this afternoon for Tottenham. Martin playing it in towards Mark Hughes. The shot on the turn, but it was foiled there by the Tottenham defence. And Torsvets making the clearance into touch. Another match being played this afternoon, Swindon Town. Performed so well in defeat against West Ham in midweek, leading Oxford United by a goal to 0. Terry Venables now down on the bench alongside Alan Harris. Stewart is up well. And now Martin. Fennick. Nice little touch there by Paul Stewart for Chris Waddle. Bergson's made a good break for Tottenham here. Donachie going across to try and stop him. Leighton is out there quickly. And Stewart beaten by Jim Leighton. It's a goal kick. Goal kick given. There was a bit of contact there between Leighton and Stewart. Robson in very fast. McClare.
I think that's the game has set off again as it finished really, Brown, with them players giving the ball away too much when they're not under real pressure. It just needs somebody to take a cool head and steady down a little bit, pass the ball about, and I'm sure a lot of good opportunities will present themselves.
Paul Allen. It's aggravating when you see the quality, the talent that's on this field, and at the moment they're not producing anything.
Yeah, I must admit, I came here looking forward to seeing some, you know, the Gascoigne thing. Waddle's produced a fair amount of quality, to be fair, but there are a lot of good players on the field not really doing themselves justice at the moment.
McClare. Blackmore. Strachan. Clayton Blackmore. Flipped in towards Hughes. Here's Lee Martin back in again to Mark Hughes. And now for Brian Robson. Onto the left foot. Charged down by Fennick. Oh. The flag was up for an offside. The referee said no. It was a back pass, and Strachan was very close to getting in on the end of that. Here's Martin. Bruce. Blackmore riding his luck there. His challenge though took him through Paul Allen. Abbott collecting it for Tottenham. Gascoigne. Foul on Gascoigne that time. He believes in playing football with a smile on his face. Although his form in this game hasn't been all that impressive.
He hasn't looked sharp. He hasn't looked sharp at all, Brian. He's been out with injury, hasn't he, for a while? And he looks as if he's showing it a little bit.
But the incentive was there, because I know he was stung when Bobby Robson said he's not yet ready for England. He's in our squad to learn a few things. Terry Venables counted, he's certainly ready for us. But Gascoigne hasn't shown today what he can do. Well, here he is again now. Stopped by Robson, at least Robson clattered into him. The game went on. Robson again. Finds Donachie. Finds Strachan. Showed far too much of that to a clutch of Tottenham defenders. And suddenly Paul Stewart's away. In theory, 2 against 2, but Bruce read that well for Manchester United. Performed well. Found Lee Martin. The long ball now towards Mark Hughes. Robson again. Flicked out for McClare. Raised the tempo a little bit, but not the accuracy to go with it. Abbott. He's had an excellent game at the back. Good character and a good captain. Robson. Strachan. Kept in by Martin. Blackmore. Here's Strachan wide on the right now. A stumble, and in went Butters. Blackmore. Hughes offside.
Yes, that's something I'd like to see more often, Brian. I'd like to see little Gordon hugging the touchline to a certain extent. You were saying he turned up yesterday with a fair dose of flu, and he hasn't, in all fairness, looked as bright and lively as he can do. But I'm sure he could cause a lot more damage if he went right wide.
Meantime, it's a free kick for Tottenham. Terry Fenwick with it. Stewart up well. Finds Bergson. Allen. Houghton. Allen again. Now it's Paul Stewart, but the ball just bouncing away from him, and United get a goal kick. Paul Stewart being taunted with that tired old cry of City reject. Some reject when he cost £1.7 million. He's answered Spurs by getting 7 goals this season. Martin. Bruce. Abbott. Hughes. It's Abbott who made the challenge, and a good bit of play now by Waddle. David Howells on one side, Paul Stewart on the other for Tottenham, but that may have taken the sting out of the attack indeed. Stewart couldn't keep it in play. The first part of that action was superb by Waddle, but the pass in no way matched up to it. And United get a throw. 10 minutes of the second half gone. We await the first goal still. Another throw. Robson. Played in again for Strachan. Played for McClare. No other red shirt around him. But Bergson's clearance only reaches Strachan. There's Wobble coming back to do some work. Still United, though, as Milne finds Lee Sharp. And now Blackmore. Sharp again to Blackmore. In comes Gascoigne. And now Bergson to Allen. Paul Gascoigne for Tottenham, curling the ball in towards Howe. Cut out by Robson. Trying to set Lee Martin away on the right. Good ball by Robson. Strachan. Hughes onside, clever bit of play. He looked as though he was going to be offside, quickly darted before the ball was played. And also good work by Mabbott. The game's picking up a little bit now. Strachan for Manchester United. Hughes again to Strachan. Can he get across in? McClare! United ahead. Oh, no, sooner saying that the game had livened up a bit. It certainly has for Manchester United. Little Strachan's part was big. The finish came from Brian McClare, who's got an incredible goal-scoring record against Tottenham. He scored against them last season in both games. He scored against them at White Hart Lane. And there's Strachan with a turn, and McClare keeps that record going by scoring here now at Old Trafford. 1-0 to Manchester United. McClare again. Strachan to McClare again. And Fenwick there, putting it behind for the United corner. And quite rightly, there's praise being heaped upon Mark Hughes and Brian Robson this season for United, but McClare has been terrific as well. Just see this corner taken with Strachan, and I'll get a view from Ron Atkinson on that one. Robson up there for that. Abbott getting it away. Milne returning it. Goal kick. Ron?
Yes, I think you saw a little bit of... He was fortunate with his final ball, Gordon Strachan, but you saw him operate where he's at his best, coming in on the corner of the penalty area. Mark Hughes, as you say, did exceptionally well to just hold out and play a little 1-2 with him. Strack was a little bit fortunate, as I say, with the ball, and this was good, attacking the fullback. They can't tackle him there for fear of penalties. Good little layoff. Swivels it across, and then you see McClare do what natural strikers do. He attacks the box.
McClare. Bringing in Martin. Strachan outside him. If he had flu hanging about him, it's certainly forgotten now. Blackmore trying to keep the thing going. Hughes winning it in the air above Mabbott. Played back a long way to Jim Leighton.
I was just wondering, Brian, whether Terry would be toying with the idea of bringing Paul Walsh on, because Paul Walsh has got this. He has got a good track record against Manchester United. He always played very, very well when he was here for Liverpool.
And we certainly saw the reaction there from the United bench when that Brian McClare ball went in. Gascoigne. Stewart, stopped by Milne. Flag up. Oh, long since. For an offside and a free kick to Manchester United. 41,000 here, and the Man United supporters amongst them now beginning to feel that it's all worthwhile. Manchester United leading by a goal to nil. Spurs, with only 5 goals in their last 6 games, have a real job to do. particularly as United continue to press them now. Lee Martin. Spurs will look for magic from Waddle or from Gascoigne. Here's Fenwick coming forward. And here is Gascoigne. It looked like a handball there by Brian Robson. Waddle again. That's a goal kick. His 12th goal of the season for Brian McClare, 25 years old. He goes off with Scotland to Cyprus after this game for their World Cup match on Wednesday. As indeed does Jim Leighton. Free kick to Tottenham, Terry Fenwick with it. Cutters has gone right into the Man United penalty area for this. Pushed a lot forwards. Cutters didn't get to that one. Gascoigne trying to play it through towards Stewart. Paul Allen again for Tottenham. Stewart. Oh, a missed kick there by Donaghy. Oh, a tremendous save by Leighton from Howells. He caught that beautifully after a really uncharacteristic mistake by Mal Donaghy. And the closest Spurs have been. There's Donaghy's mistake, there's Howells' volley, and a fine piece of goalkeeping by Jim Leighton. The man with the bad back. Waddle with the corner, and McClare it was who got it away. Gascoigne trying to turn it on now. Waddle, and again Leighton's there. Difficult one to gather because Bruce didn't make it easy for him, his teammate. Good handling there by the Scottish international from Aberdeen. Gascoigne. Blackmore. United, remember, looking for their 5th successive win. Victory takes them to 5th in the table. And here's Paul Allen now for Tottenham. Held off Blackmore beautifully. Bergson now. Can he get a cross in for Tottenham? Well, he did, but it was a poor one. Robson. And Bruce. Robson, a bit of freedom. Strachan, slightly outside him. Hughes has run across him. McClare, and Hughes caught offside. Others to Fenwick. A man who's on a good wave of success for Manchester United. Allen, good ball there. Waddle. Can he open them up? Donaghy stopped him. A throw to Tottenham. Chris Waddle putting it down for the corner, looked to throw. Indeed, Mavan, in fact, has got a good long throw on him, but he prefers not to use it on this occasion, but he's found Bergson. Allen, will he try a shot from here? No. Strachan versus Allen. Strachan, who's 32 years old on Thursday, full of life and fire. And needing to be closely watched there by Chris Hughton. Gascoigne. Kane, Strachan was there to stop him. McClare. Gascoigne through the legs of Blackmore. Chance to go striding on, but Stewart's offside. Come towards the halfway mark of the second half. Manchester United leading by 1-0. Saying, well, I think it can't be long before Paul Walsh gets a run here for Tottenham.
It seems if he's been having a little bit of a sorry spell at Tottenham, but as I say, he's got a bit of form against Man U.
Gascoigne, Waddle, Fennick. Oh, he let it go. In came Strachan. Suddenly 2 against 2. On the far side is Robson. Hughes waiting in the middle. Strachan's gone out there. McClare's made a terrific run down there as well. It's with Martin. The cross by him. Mabbutt is up there doing his work and put it behind eventually by an Icelandic player, Gudni Bergson. Another corner for Manchester United. Strachan coming across to take it. Bruce has gone up again. They've left just Lee Sharp and Mal Donaghy back to look after Chris Waddle. As United go looking now for the cushion of that second goal. Keeper only flapped at that one. And as well for him that Lee Martin's aim was anything but true. It was just an old flap, wasn't it, by Torsvedt.
Yeah, I mean, you always give people the benefit of the doubt, don't you, when they first come in and they have to settle down. Certainly he hasn't looked over convincing to me today. He hasn't had an awful lot to do, in all fairness to him, and that's sometimes a problem for keepers. But you've just seen the difference with Jim Leighton at the other end, who's been virtually unemployed, and then twice within the space of a minute had to handle very well and did in fact do the business there.
He's got 51 caps for Norway, and Terry Venables is convinced that in time he will prove himself to be a very good goalkeeper indeed. Havertz. Deliberate handball by Steve Bruce. An extraordinary thing for him to have done, and I think he's going to have a yellow card in any case. I mean, the play will have to stop. Whether he thought he heard a whistle or not, but it was an extraordinary thing to do, Ron.
I think he saw Paul Stewart's right on his shoulder. I mean, that would have put Paul Stewart clean through that. He's got caught not concentrating, and at the end of the day, he's had to resort to that tactic. Which, how long was it ago? It was only 3 years ago or something. Would he have got an automatic sending off, wouldn't he?
It's a free kick to Tottenham. Waddle and Gascoigne between them. It's Gascoigne almost lazily putting that in, but Bergson's in there. Not quite a good healthy touch on that, but Leighton again looking very assured. Bruce, Blackmore, Butters, Strachan, Martin. Is there a foul on Strachan? And Gascoigne. Stewart now. There's a chance there. And when Stewart's in that sort of position, that usually means the most awful danger for the opposition. He loves a run like that, and will be a little upset that his finishing wasn't better.
Yeah, not the easiest of chances, Brian.
Indeed not.
Goal in a million if he scored them. He's had two good situations, hasn't he? One in each half that he hasn't quite made a good contact in. But in all fairness to the lad, he's still prepared to run forward.
Spurs bench. Terry Venables facing another defeat unless Spurs can do something in the 17 minutes or so that are left. Strachan gets it back to Jim Leighton. Milne. Beat both Gascoigne and Allen there. Can Robson get onto this one? Phoenix there with him. Milne wants it back, but the pass wasn't quite good enough from his captain. And now Robson is called offside.
I think that's something there that Gascoigne's going to have to learn, Brian. If you're going to be a great midfield player, you don't get caught in position in those sort of areas. You don't get caught in possession. Golden rule for quality players.
Now we're going to get a substitution. They're taking off Gordon Strachan. Played such a part in that Manchester United goal. As I was saying, he went home with a touch of flu yesterday, came back and said he was fit enough to play. And on comes Russell Beardsmore, also scheduled to join the England under-21s. Becoming something of a folk hero here, the little man who's performed, if you remember, superbly against Liverpool on New Year's Day. It's a bit like the Bisto kid, but he's got a real big following here. And he'll take up a very natural position on that right-hand side. He loves playing in that midfield, veering towards the right, where Strachan has been. He's getting down the right flanks, good crosser of the ball, but in the meantime, down that particular area at the moment, we have Brian McClare, with Mark Hughes waiting in the middle. And the keeper keeping it at bay, just about. Blackmore, very acrobatic. Donkey a little more orthodox. Milne. Good turn by Hughes. Haven't seen many of those. Trying to get Milne in. Flag stayed down. Sharp supporting him. Free kick to Manchester United. Sharp behind it. Not a very good one. In fact, an awful one. Gascoigne. Bruce is after him. You can't have that. Gascoigne having words with the referee. Comes from Gascoigne's neck of the woods up in Sunderland there. But he doesn't want to know. And Gascoigne was badly caught out there. Robson. Abbott's. Oh, this kick by him. Haven't been many of those today. Hughes looking to see if there's anything to be snapped at. Howell's touching it on. Waddle. Well, you can understand his annoyance, because because he was in the clear, and the referee, had he played the advantage, Waddle would have been away. But there's absolutely pointless. It's pointless showing your disgust and disregard for the referee in the way that Chris Waddle did. Being told to calm down by the referee, and at least a bit of good sense prevailed in the end. I think probably George Tyson realised that it wasn't the best refereeing of the afternoon, but equally it was a silly thing for Waddle to do. A free kick to Tottenham. Fennick with it. It's more. Backing it away. Now McClare. Hughes is up alongside him. The white shirts are streaming back. Trying to find Hughes, and Blackmore had also made a good run. No trouble there for Tottenham. Robson. Blackmore. Oh, and it had a shot. It's going to go all the way. Hughes! The linesman's flagging. Hughes waits to see what happens. While he's waiting, the free kick's taken and the goal is ruled out. Could only have been an offside. And now here comes Spurs. Oh, what a turnaround this could be then. Waddle. Out of play. Could have been an offside one.
Well, at first I thought he'd waived the advantage. I thought it was a foul on Mark Hughes.
There could have been a United player standing in an offside position on the far side there.
Possibly was offside, but I'll tell you what, the goalkeeper's got out of prison again, hasn't he?
Milne. McClare ducking in again with a header. Hughes got the taste for it now. Beardsmore. Oh, a lovely ball by Beardsmore. Hughes, can he finish it off? No. Good defending again by Mabbott. Untidy defending there by Houghton, but it gets it away for Tottenham to Paul Stewart. Now the battle's on with Bruce. The linesman flagging. Another free kick to Tottenham. Conceded by Steve Bruce. A long way out. Open. Trying to make a substitution. Now they're taking off Lee Sharp and bringing on Paul McGrath. So Lee Martin comes to left back. Al Donaghy goes to right back, and Paul McGrath, a splendid central defender, takes his place alongside Steve Bruce. Well, in just over 10 minutes' time, Ron Atkinson, you've got to come up with the man of the match. Let's have a look at this first. Stewart. Unorthodox defending there by Steve Bruce. I don't want you to name him now, Ron, but what sort of people are in the frame?
Well, I think you're talking about people that have given workman-like performances, Brian, because there hasn't really been an outstanding individual, which has possibly been the biggest disappointment in the game. You're talking about people like Fennick and Mabbott and possibly Donaghy. Robson, of course, is always there.
Offside.
Robson is in anybody's pick, but today he's played a disciplined game, not really spectacular. Probably the player that's shown the most flair, really, without perhaps producing as much as he would have liked to, is Waddle, I would suppose.
I'll get you the name in about 5 minutes' time. Have a little think about it. And I wonder what you're thinking at home, maybe, who you would regard as the man of this match. As Spurs get another free kick. Spurs, I think, shortly to bring on Paul Walsh. They may have left it a little late. Manchester United leading by a goal to nil still. Gascoigne looking to conjure up something here. McGrath there with a header, getting it away only as far as Paul Allen. Here's Waddle. Good curling cross, met again by McGrath. And they want to make a substitution now. They're going to take off Bergson, but they can't attract the referee's attention at the moment. Fennick knocking it forward. Bruce up again. Still another good job at the back. Hughes. An offside against McLeod. They're going to make two substitutions. They're going to take off not only taking off David Howells and Goodney Bergson. So Mitchell Thomas and Paul Walsh come on. And an injury.
Looks as if Fennick's in a little bit of trouble for that tackle on Hughes. He leapt in at him a little bit, Brian. It was a nasty piece there, nasty piece of business, and he can consider himself, I would think, a little bit fortunate just to finish up with a yellow card.
Terry Fennick, a yellow card for him. Mitchell Thomas in the defence, playing at right back.
And also David
He favours the left side, but he's taking the place of Bergson. And Walsh pushed right up now into a central attacking position, looking to snatch this goal that will save Spurs here at Old Trafford. At the moment, it's 1-0 for Manchester United. Steve Bruce. Abbott getting it away. Clayton Blackmore. Here's Donaghy in that right back position. Beardsmore. Stopped by Butters. McGrath getting there before Walsh. Leclerc. Throw to Manchester United. 7 minutes are left. And pursuit back to goalkeeper Eric Torset. Came off Walsh. Here's Beardsmore. Might get a bit of space opening up. He's got the option of playing in on the far side to McClare, but plays it here for Hughes instead. Now Robson. And Mabbutt gets it away. Comes to Robson. Beardsmore. If United win this one, it still puts them a long way behind the leaders Arsenal. But Alex Ferguson knows that maybe the tide has at last begun to turn here at Old Trafford for him. Bruce. Donaghy. Robson. Hughes. Still kept possession, flicked through again, and Mabbutt gets it away, but the whistle had gone. Yes. I must say before the afternoon's over, I just want to tell you also about a very special birthday tomorrow. Score standing 1-0 when Billy Wright, great Old England captain, reaches his 65th birthday and retires. I'm sure everybody on ITV and indeed football fans everywhere to Britain wish Billy Wright a very happy birthday and a very long and happy retirement, Billy. Walsh. Walsh. Oh, well stopped by McGrath. Funny enough, yesterday we were at Villa Park, Ron and I, and we met Billy's old manager, the legendary Stanley Cullis there. And I'll tell you about that in a moment as Mitchell Thomas takes it up, gets the cross in, and again McGrath gets it away. And he reckons that in 16 years as a First Division manager, never had a player sent off at Wolverhampton. And he said, well, that was down to the leadership and the sportsmanship of the aforementioned Billy Wright. And it was great to see Stan in such good shape too. Now Mabbutt. Fennick playing it forward with the last 4 minutes of the game. Stewart! Oh my goodness, that was close. Spurs so close to snatching a point there.
For me, he showed a lot of character today, Brian. He's taken his flak. He's worked very hard for them today. I mean, he's taken a little bit of criticism, I believe, from people in the press and so forth. But today he certainly hasn't ducked out of anything, and he's, you know, until now he's just been partnered with Walsh, but he's ploughed pretty much a lone furrow up there, and it's been a shade unlucky on 2 or 3 occasions now.
And as you say, he's never one to hide, is he? He's, even if things don't go quite right for him, he's always there looking for the next chance. Gascoigne keeping possession. Fennick playing it towards Mitchell Thomas, and now Waddle. Mitchell Thomas, is this a chance for Tottenham? The cross is a good one, and that time Stewart was there, but the header was wide.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with that, Brian. Perfect piece of play between Waddle and Thomas, and the first time really Spurs have had anyone attack the front post, and I think you'll feel he should have been on target, possibly should have scored with it.
Great cross here by Mitchell Thomas. Set up for the striker, but a goal kick for United. With about 2.5 minutes of this game at Old Trafford left. Blackmore. Leclerc. Beardsmore. In goes Robson. In a minute, here's Hughes. Running at the defence, running at Fennick, gets his shot in and the keeper down well. Walsh versus Donachie on that far side. Showed too much of that to Blackmore. We'll tell you the name of the man of the match in a moment as McClare goes forwards. Beardsmore, now Blackmore. And back to the keeper. There's the man of the match, Mal Donachie, Manchester United, chosen by Ron Atkinson. Clayton Blackmore takes it up again for Manchester United. And your choice of Donachie, Ron, because what?
Well, it hasn't been a day for the spectacular players today, I don't think, Brian. It's been a day for the workmen, and he hasn't done much wrong. To be fair, there's been 3 or 4 other players in possibly equal contention. As I said, the 2 Spurs defenders. Steve Bruce hasn't done much wrong, but you've got to pick somebody, and he's hard to put a foot wrong.
Well, he hardly got into the game yesterday because he was very doubtful indeed because of a nasty little ankle knock. Offside against Hughes. We're into injury time at the end of the game now. United close to another important victory. Up goes McGrath. Beardsmore gets it away. Great aplomb. McClare, the scorer, Milne offside. Waddle, a long ball into the area. Again, Donachie. Important header that, giving United a little bit of time, and Bruce getting it away into touch. Falling there with Butters as the final whistle goes. 5 victories on the run for United. Their lift-off continues. They go to 5th in the table. still 11 points behind Arsenal. But the good times certainly seem to be returning now here to Old Trafford, and for Spurs, one win only now in their last 5 games, and trouble at the wrong end of the First Division is beginning to creep up on them. Now Donaghy, the man of the match. Brian McClair, the match winner in terms of the scorer. Manchester United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
Thanks, Brian. Well, a match that promised so much, but in the end really was a little bit of an anti-climax. We're going to take a break now. After that, we'll be looking at the top and bottom of the First Division and hopefully talking to the man of the match, Mal Donaghy. Join us again. Welcome back. Manchester United 1, Tottenham 0. That's how it finished. Let's have a look at the top of the First Division and see exactly where that puts Manchester United. And in fact, it's in 5th place, just above Liverpool. On goal difference, their goal difference marginally better than the reigning champions. Bottom of the First Division there, Tottenham now in 13th place, and they are in deep trouble, just 3 points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday, who occupy one of the 3 relegation positions. Well, 2 bright spots for Manchester United today. The goal for Brian McClair, well, 3 really, the points, the goal by Brian McClair and the performance of Mal Donaghy, which earned Ron Atkinson's nomination as man of the match. He gets a bottle of champagne and he's talking to Jim.
Good, well, Mal, almost one of ours, really, because you made your debut, didn't you, on our first match against Everton, and things have gone exceedingly well for you, haven't they?
Yeah, it's nice to keep up the sequence of wins we've had throughout January, and it's always nice to win in front of the cameras.
Now, it perhaps wasn't the spectacle we all thought it was be. As one of the gladiators that's been in the thick of the action, why was that?
Well, it's hard to say, really. I think both teams cancelled themselves out on the day, and therefore that made it not such a great spectacle for the viewers at home.
We've just seen the table, 5th. I mean, you've been knocking around this game for some while now. Do you keep battling away until it's mathematically impossible to catch the leaders? Well,
I think you've got to. We've had a really good January, and it's up to us to continue that for the rest of the season.
Now, just spell out, if you could, the differences between playing on a big stage here at Man United and the stage you were used to at Kenilworth Road, Luton.
Well, it's just an extra bonus for me at my stage in my career. I had 10 really successful years at Luton, and I enjoyed every minute, and it's nice to have this bonus while it lasts.
Right, I got another bonus for you. Don't drink it before you're international.
Cheers.
On Wednesday. Man of the match, very well done indeed.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks very much indeed, Jim. Ron Atkinson, you know, people will be watching this at home and wondering what all the fuss has been about this great Manchester United renaissance. Can you put your finger on it?
I think it's confidence. Obviously, when they hit the turning point against Liverpool, things have started to roll for them. I mean, even the goal today, you saw a situation where maybe when things aren't going your way, that Gordon Strachan's cross would possibly have got deflected. But when things are running your way, those things happen for you, and I think that's basically why United are now winning games. Confidence.
And from Spurs' point of view, Ron, they're getting dangerously close to that bottom 3, you know.
Yes, they're in trouble, and I think it's possible that I know Terry's ideals are that he wants to play this fluent, mobile, all interchanging type football, but it's possible he may have to adjust 1 or 2 of those principles and go for possibly more ball-winning ability in the middle of the field. OK,
Ron, thanks for being with us today. Next week, the match goes to Upton Park, the Littlewoods Cup semi-final, first leg, West Ham and Luton.
This is Kelly, and that is surely the semi-final.
2 Luton players going for that one, but they get it all right to Wegley. Played to Harford, played on to Ricky Hill. There's the counter-attack. A brilliant goal by Ricky Hill. And that almost certainly will put Southampton out of this Littlewoods Cup and Luton through to a semi-final against West Ham.
And that's the match you'll be able to see live on ITV next Sunday, the Littlewoods Cup semi-final first leg between West Ham and the holders Luton, who won it last season so impressively against Arsenal. From Old Trafford, bye-bye.
Strachan for Manchester United. Hughes again to Strachan. Can he get across in? McClair!